Hi guys, it's your girl Jilly. We are moving on to Aquarius and Aquarius compatibility. Now remember, this will not resonate with every single Aquarius, as we all have our own individual birth chart. You want to look up the Venus, Moon, and Mars sign of the Aquarius you're interested in for a more accurate assessment. I have zodiac and relationship videos. Each video is devoted to a particular zodiac sign, and you want to pertain that more to the Moon and Venus sign. I also have sex with the zodiac videos and their own individual playlists on my channel homepage as well, and you want to relate that more towards the Mars sign. Now let's get started. Aquarius has two rulers. First ruler being Uranus, the ruler of rebellion. The second ruler, Saturn, the ruler of focus, discipline, and karma. Aquarius has an element of air. So when two air signs get together, it's a whirlwind romance. Now, what attracts these two to each other? Obviously, a lot of common ground. Now, I do want to say, with two people of the same signs, it's usually a 50-50 chance whether or not they'll make it, because they share a lot of common ground, but they also have the same flaws. Well, I don't want to say flaws. I want to say the same dark traits. But like I said, what attracts them to each other is their common ground. Now, one thing you got to know about Aquarius. Aquarius seeks an individual, someone who's unique. They're not looking for the most popular person. They're not looking for the most liked person or the most attractive person. They're looking for an individual, because Aquarius is somebody who marches to the beat of their own drum. They're very unique. Some people even say that they're weird. But you know why? They just don't give a damn what people think about them. And that's pretty sexy, don't you think? When you just don't care what people think about you, they're the rebel without a cause. So they want somebody who's exactly like that. They want somebody who's different, who doesn't care. So when Aquarius sees this in another Aquarius, they're like, come here, baby. How you doing? Come talk to me. So it's a very instant attraction. Now, I want to say the biggest foundation in this relationship is the fact that they're friends. They are truly friends, lovers and friends. Now, as far as their conversations, now I want to tell you something. A lot of Aquarius viewers get offended when I tell them that they're not emotional. I'm not saying that Aquarius doesn't have emotions. I'm saying that Aquarius is not ruled by their emotions. When I say Aquarius is not emotional, I mean they're just not ruled by their emotions. They're ruled by their intellect. So in order to get to an Aquarius's heart, you got to get to their mind first, because Aquarius is a very brilliant sign. And when they talk to each other, they're having their intellectual senses stimulated. And there's a lot of that sexual tension building up because of their conversations. Now, one thing Aquarius likes to talk about, they like to talk about uncomfortable subjects, taboo things, things that will freak other people out. But some people will look at Aquarius and yeah, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. But Aquarius will engage in that same type of conversation with another Aquarius, and they love that. They love the fact that they don't have to filter themselves, that they don't have to restrict themselves, that they have this open level of discussion that they can't get with anybody else. As far as dates go, Aquarius is not the basic type. They're not going to go off of the typical whining and dining type of thing. So if you're the type of Aquarius who has that more of that frou-frou-ness in your Venus or Moon sign, then a typical Aquarius probably might not be for you, because Aquarius is not going to take you to a 5-star restaurant and get you all this expensive stuff, even if the Aquarius has a lot of money, unless they have that frou-frou-ness in their, that frou-frou hoity-toity type of sign in their Venus or Moon sign. But typically, Aquarius wants to give you a memory. They're not going to do something that you would find with somebody else. They want to make sure that you experience something different than anybody else has provided you. So, and I also want to put this out there before I get into the date aspect. Aquarius will test you on your first date to see what type of person you are, to see how uptight you are, how relaxed you can be, or how snobby you can be. So the first date is definitely a test for Aquarius. But usually it'll take you somewhere different, like painting pottery, a cooking class, even an arcade. And they'll probably take you to a restaurant, not a 5-star restaurant, but not something cheap either. Maybe something like, let's say Applebee's or Ruby Tuesday. And they're going to see how you treat the waiter or the waitress, just to see how you behave. But of course, two Aquariuses who do this for each other are going to pass each other's tests. And they're going to enjoy these little not cuckoo dates. They're actually pretty, to me, they're fun dates. But might be kooky to somebody else, but they're going to enjoy these type of dates with each other. They're going to definitely enjoy each other's company. And one thing you have to know about Aquarius as well, I should say another thing you need to know about Aquarius, is that they're not somebody who seeks a committed relationship. They're not somebody who needs a partner. Not at all. So what's strange about that is because they both don't pressure each other to be in a relationship, they get into a relationship because the pressure is off of them. I know that sounds weird, but because there's no pressure to be in a relationship, they end up getting into a relationship because they don't feel pressured by their partner, and they allow each other the freedom that they need in order to breathe, to be individualistic. They don't want to lose themselves in a partnership, and they provide each other that freedom. So of all this common ground, what could possibly be a con? Well, I don't want to say con. I do want to say challenge. Now, like I said before, Aquarius is not an emotional sign. They tend to do things in a very detached way. Now, Aquarius and Aquarius, unless somebody can stir their emotions, make them open up, these two are going to end up as friends if one of them doesn't stir emotions up in the other. Because Aquarius doesn't understand or doesn't seem to realize that they need someone to awaken that romantic part of them until they go later down the road and say like, man, I don't know what I'm missing. I'm having so much fun. We can talk about anything, but I have no idea what's missing. And that usually is what separates them from each other. So hopefully one of these Aquariuses has an emotional sign in their Venus or moon sign. Well, particularly their moon sign, because that's how they express emotions. So hopefully one of them has that. Otherwise, they're more than likely going to part ways and just become friends. Another thing about Aquarius is that Aquarius is a fixed sign. They're very stubborn. So unless they have like a similar upbringing or something that's common ground on how they both grew up, they're going to probably have a difficult time forming a home because one Aquarius is going to want to do one thing this way and the other way, and they're so stubborn they don't really want to compromise. But usually this is the big challenge in this relationship is the fact that they're stubborn and the emotional part really needs to form. Now when it comes to the bedroom, okay, these two are very kinky. They're very creative, very innovative. You know how I said earlier how they'll talk about any type of taboo subject and any uncomfortable subject? Well, guess what? They'll do anything uncomfortable, taboo, weird, or something completely off the wall in the bedroom. So their sexual appetites are going to be very, very satisfied because they're going to do everything they can possibly think of. Probably invent some new moves that no one else has ever tried. So they're going to have a very kinky, very physically satisfying sex life. Now, if they're just hooking up, these two would make the best of best friends with benefits. Just saying they would. Now, when it comes to a relationship, they're going to be physically satisfied and mentally satisfied. But like I said earlier, unless there's an emotional sign in their moon or their Mars even, there's going to be a lack of intimacy in the relationship, and they're going to look later down the road and see, they're going to question themselves, what's missing? What am I missing? So hopefully one of these Aquariuses will be emotional and more romantic in the bedroom along with the creativity. Again, it's your girl Jilly. I hope you guys are liking my videos. Please support my work if you like my work and you look forward to seeing me every single week by making a donation to one of the links below. I have Cash App or PayPal. You can also follow me on Instagram. I talk about my life, memes, stuff about the zodiac, and all that good jazz. Again, it's your girl Jilly. Peace. I love you guys.